Welcome to Scale Modeling Videos. In today's video, I'll be doing a review of SMS paints. Now, before I get started, I am not sponsored by SMS. I've bought these paints with my own money, okay? These are lacquer-based paints, and they come in 30 ml bottles, and they are pre-thinned, ready to be airbrushed. I've used these paints on my 3 previous model kits, okay? Including I used them to paint the body of this Nissan Skyline here, okay, and also this Gundam, which I've just recently completed, okay. In this review, I'm going to show you how to airbrush these paints. I'm also going to briefly overview how to brush paint them as well, okay, and we're going to do some post shading as well, as you can see here, okay. We've post shaded some of this kit. We're going to show you, I'm going to show you how to post shade using these paints. I will also show you how these paints react to several different kinds of washes and how they go. And I'm going to discuss some features of these paints. Primarily, the durability. So with this rifle, I painted this, the base of this rifle with gunmetal, as you can see. Okay, that was SMS paints. Then I painted the rest of it with Tamiya enamel paints, and wherever I made mistakes or wherever there was overflow, I could just clean that with a Q-tip. So any parts that are recessed on a kit that you want to detail up, you can paint the base with lacquer paints, and then you can paint the rest of it with acrylic or enamels and clean up any mistakes. So that's a really great feature to have with these paints, and I'll show you how I did that in this video, okay? Okay, firstly, let's look at the paints themselves. So these paints, like I said, they come in a 30 ml bottle. These are acrylic-based lacquer paints. Okay, as you can hear, very nice to shake. They don't have a metal ball inside like some bottles do. You can put tiny ball bearings in there if you want. Okay, now these are pre-thinned, ready to be airbrushed. If sometimes they are too thick, you can thin them using regular lacquer thinner. I use Digger's lacquer thinner here, okay. You can also use cellulose thinner because it does the same thing. Now let's just have a look at the paint itself, okay. As you can see, very thin, okay, almost milk-like consistency, ready to be airbrushed. Now, these paints come in many different colors, okay. You've got your regular colors, dark gray, your reds, okay, your yellows, so your primary colors. You've also got your metallics. Now, with the metallics, it's recommended that you paint the body first with gloss black, okay, which is SMS Jet Black here. Okay, now obviously you can see I've used it, radio. But yeah, if you're going to paint metallics, paint the body first with the gloss black. Otherwise, you're going to get more of a matte finish. Okay, now the only problem I've come across using these paints is once you spill them, they're very hard to clean. So I'm going to try to clean this with lacquer, with enamel thinner. Okay, and as you can see, I can't clean it. Okay, I can't clean it with Windex. I can't clean it with any other product. So the only way to clean it is actually use lacquer thinner. So I've got some lacquer thinner in a bottle here. Spill it on to a piece of cloth. Now the problem with lacquer thinner is it will remove the grid lines on your cutting mat, okay. So here I've already lost the grid line, so it doesn't really affect it, but you just have to be careful. As you can see, it's the only way you can remove the paint, okay. Now I'm using SMS paints on this kit, and I have only applied a single coat of paint to this model kit. Now I am spraying this paint unthinned through the airbrush at 12 psi. You can spray these anywhere between 11 to 15 psi, nothing more than 15. And throughout this video I will spray these paints unthinned anywhere between 12 to 15 psi. As you can see, you get a very nice result with the car model kit here. Okay. You can also gloss coat this, and I did so in my video build of the Nissan Skyline. You can see that in the video where you can actually gloss coat that with Pledge Floor Care. Now we'll paint this part here gloss black because I wanted to have a shiny metal look. So first I'm going to paint it with SMS Jet Black, and then I will paint it with SMS Gunmetal. Okay, this is what SMS Paints recommends. This is why I'm doing it. I don't always do this, as you will see later with the beam rifle. Next up, I'm going to paint the beam rifle. Now, I've already primed this and filled all the seams in. To have a look at that, please see the video in the link in the top right hand corner. Okay. Now, the rifle has been primed. A lot of the other parts I have not primed and painted. This is a gunmetal gray, as you're seeing here. Okay. Next I'm going to show you a more solid color. I think this is a green color, and I'm going to show you how to post shade with SMS Paints. Okay, for a more detailed look into how to post shading, please look at the video in the top right hand corner. But this is just a brief overview how to use SMS Paints and get a post shading effect. Here's a look at all the parts I've painted with SMS Sky Green. As you can see, you get very good coverage over the parts, and you can also create post shaded effects as I've just shown you. Next I'm going to show you how these paints go when you use them for brush painting. Okay. As you can see, you get a very nice effect just by brush painting them. Next, I'm going to discuss the durability of these paints, one of the great features. So here I have the rifle. I've painted part of it with the Tamiya enamel paint. Okay, I think it's light blue. As you can see, we have some spillage of this paint on the top. It's hard to see. I'm going to take a toothpick dipped in Tamiya enamel thinner. I'm just going to clean that little bit of a spill there. And it will not damage the underlying SMS paint. So here you see I clean it, and it has not damaged the paint underneath. I'll do that again. I am now going to paint parts of this rifle with Tamiya enamel paint, brush paint it, and not worry about spilling the paint. Okay, in some parts I might even intentionally spill the paint because we're just going to clean it up later. Because we can do that because the base paint is SMS lacquer paint, and we can spill paint on top of this rifle and just clean it up later using enamel thinners. Now this is the important part. Because I've painted the base with SMS lacquer paint, I'm going to clean any spilled enamel paint using an earbud and some enamel thinner. Okay? This is a great feature of SMS lacquer paints because of their durability. You can paint over the top of them with other paints, make mistakes, and clean them up. Here we're going to assemble the rifle and have a look at it and see how we've detail painted it. And this is all thanks to a base coat of SMS lacquer paint that we were able to detail this rifle like the way it is. Next I'm going to show you how these paints react to washes. Here I'm using SMS's own white wash over the top of these paints, and I have not gloss coated the paint. Okay, so this is straight on top of the paint without any coat in between. I'm just going to clean the wash now with enamel thinner and an earbud. As you can see, the paint is very durable underneath, and you don't remove the paint using enamel thinner. So once again, a great quality of SMS paints. Their durability again, you can put a wash straight over the top of these paints without the needing to flat coat or a gloss coat. Next I'm going to test these paints with Tamiya's Panaline Ascent washes. These are enamel washes, similar to SMS paints, but obviously they have slightly different qualities. Okay, so we're going to see how we go with this wash as well, and see how the paint reacts to this wash. Once again, I'm going to clean the washes with a Tamiya enamel thinner and an earbud. I'm going to repeat myself. I haven't coated these as the SMS paints with a gloss coat or a flat coat. I'm just using the enamel thinner straight on top of the paint. Okay, and you can see the results. As you can see, the wash has left a very nice effect, okay? And the paint has not been damaged at all. So that is it for my review of SMS paints. I've shown you how to airbrush them. I have shown you how to post shade with them. I have shown you how to paintbrush with them. I have shown you, because of their durability, the various things you can do with them, like paint over them and not worry about spills and detail your models like that. I have also shown you how they react to washes. Okay, here is a look at a piece painted with SMS paints, and here's a look at some other pieces, okay, painted with SMS metallics as well, and given washes. Right, I hope you liked the video. For more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.